Just got this delivery today, Iron Studios Jurassic Park Triceratops diorama in 1/10 scale. Let's have a look. Okay, so here's the art box for the Triceratops diorama. So I'm trying to complete the Iron Studios Jurassic Park line. I've got quite a few pieces from them. If you want to check it out, have a look at my channel and you'll see all my Iron Studio pieces. I'll just quickly show you what else is on the art box here. So you've got the Dr. Alan Grant there. And that's what the piece is going to look like here. So this was one of my favourite scenes out of the movie. Really looking forward to unboxing this and checking it out. Also, love to compare this to the Prime 1 Triceratops that I've got as well. That one is 1/15 scale, whereas this one's 1/10. So hopefully this one should have some presence. So we might have a look and open it up. Alright, let's open her up. So the main difference between the Iron Studios pieces and Prime 1 seems to be that Iron Studios probably do more dioramas rather than standalone sort of museum type poses that Prime 1 does. And most of the Iron Studio pieces have got the characters of Jurassic Park in there as well, which sort of adds to the piece, and it really takes you back to that particular scene in the movie. So that's why that's why I'm collecting the Iron Studios pieces. But I also love the Prime 1 pieces as well, because I do like the museum type, poses that they've created. They're absolutely fantastic. So looks like at the top here we've got the base. Nice big base. Pull that out. And I am curious to see whether there's an edition size on these. So let's have a look if we can see. Now, yep. So it's $349. Oh, $349 and $350. Look at that. That's the base there. Not bad. All right, I'll put this over here. I'll open up the rest of it. So Prime 1, it's interesting because Prime 1 have only now just started to create pieces with the characters. They've released a, or it's on pre-order, there's the T-Rex scene out of one of the Jurassic World movies that's going to have one of the characters in it, which is good. So perhaps Prime 1 are going to start including more of the movie characters in with their pieces, which will be good. The other thing too is Iron Studios pieces they also tend to be bigger scale. I know the very first Iron Studios piece I bought is the T-Rex breakout diorama, which is 1/10, and it's huge. It's about 1.4 meters long. Let's have a look here. There he is. Very nice. So, looks like you got to put the horns in separate. We've got the characters here as well. Alright, so I'll put them together and we'll have a closer look. Okay, and here it is all set up. And I'm going to say straight off the bat, this is a very good looking piece. I absolutely love it. I've got the Prime 1 piece at the background as a comparison. So the Prime 1 is 1/15 scale, whereas the Iron Studio is 1/10 scale. And as I said before, the main difference between Iron Studios and Prime 1 pieces tend to be that the Iron Studios focus on a particular scene in a movie and include characters, whereas the Prime 1 range is mainly museum poses, which is absolutely fine. I collect both. I love the Prime 1 range. I love the Iron Studios range. So it is actually good, I think, that they do two different themes, because it enables you to collect both. You don't want two museum pieces, and you don't want, you know, two pieces out of scenes from a movie. So I'm really happy with that. Just quickly, I want to talk about value with this piece. I'm surprised this piece is actually still for sale on the Iron Studios website. They only made 350, and it's actually reduced at the moment. I think it's on sale for around $760. I just want to say I think that's a bargain. I think it's fantastic value. Iron Studios sell these 1/10 figures. On average, they're about $100 to $150. You get 5 figures in this piece. That's $500 worth of figures alone, which means this massive Triceratops is only costing you about $260. So the fact that this is still for sale on the website just blows my mind. If you're a Jurassic Park fan and you're sitting on the fence with this piece, I would just grab it. You won't be disappointed. It's absolutely sensational piece. I love it. So what we'll do is we'll have a closer look, and first things first, we'll check out the base. So the theme's sort of similar to the other Iron Studio pieces, where you sort of have a subterranean there. Not as much detail as in the Prime 1 pieces. So the subterranean here is more sort of just levels of ground, levels of dirt, not a lot of detail into it. You can see the Prime 1 over here, the subterranean is sort of dinosaur bones, which I think is quite a nice touch. But that's still fine. The nameplate here, Jurassic Park, it's sort of angled downwards, so you really got to get under here to have a look at it. And it's sort of like a nice gold tone. The base itself that the dinosaur's sitting on, not a lot of detail on the base. I remember this scene in the movie, you know, the ground is very lush. You've got long green grass. This doesn't sort of represent that. It is more of a flat, it's sort of a flat painted base. I mean, there's a bit of green, a bit of brown. Get in there so you can have a bit of a closer look. So, you know, the base is kind of boring, but it doesn't take away from this piece for me. But I can see that it might for others, because there's just not a lot of detail in the base. Now, the Triceratops just literally sits on top of the base. There's no pegs, there's no magnets, but you've got dents in the base. So the Triceratops isn't going anywhere. You can pick this up easily. It's not going to slide off. You can just see at the back foot there, you can see sort of the dent that's in. So it's pretty secure. The only thing I had to add were the horns. So the horns are magnetized. So they just sit on top there, which is fine. And then of course you just got to add the characters as well. So before we look at the characters, let's have a look at the Triceratops itself. We'll start with the portrait. I love it. It's a massive fan. How good does this, look at that. How good does that portrait look? Sensational. You got nice wetness to the eye. The tongue looks wet. I love the scales. You can see the sort of scales around the snout, and then they sort of get bigger as you sort of go up. How good does that look? That looks awesome, doesn't it? So I think, yeah, they've nailed the look of this. Absolutely love it. Just take you around the back as well, have a bit of a look. Look at all the different size scales. See the wrinkle, look at the wrinkles there. So they've captured this piece perfectly, I think. Let's take you around the back here as well. Yeah, so tell me what you think in the comments. I mean, I think they've done a great job. Funnily enough, it's a different colour to the Prime 1. See the Prime 1 there? It's more of a, it's sort of got more green tones. Whereas the Iron Studios piece, if I show you from this angle, see it's got the more of the browns, isn't it? Have no idea which one's more accurate, but anyway. I mean, you can see the spots. Look at the spots on top of that. The Prime 1. Similar to the Iron Studios, but again, like I said, just a different colour. So let's have a closer look at the characters. We'll start with Dr. Alan Grant. He's sort of just leaning on top of this. I love this scene. Now in the scene, I think his whole body is literally pressed up against the Triceratops, because you see him sort of elevate as the Triceratops breathes. So it would have been nice if his sort of stomach was up against it. As far as the portraits go, probably this one is, I want to say the worst, but it's not bad, but I'd probably give this one a 6 out of 10, portrait-wise. The others are much better. But you can see the details in his watch. He's got a watch on the wrist. His eyes are closed. This was his favourite when he was a kid. He does love the Triceratops. The park ranger looks incredible. So much detail in this park ranger. Forget his name. I'm just going to call him Park Ranger. See the Jurassic Park patch on his uniform there. That's all wrinkled up. The way he sort of is holding his hands together there. His boots are sort of weathered. Look at the wrinkles in his pants. And his portrait looks amazing. Look at that. The glasses look really good. Yeah, they nailed the park ranger. Absolutely fantastic. Ellie looks really good. I love what they've done with Ellie. Now, Ellie's holding the torch. You got to sort of put the torch in her hand. So you get a couple of little accessories there. But the detail on Ellie, I think, is also pretty good. See the strand of hair on the right there, just sort of just hanging down. Looks good. You got Timmy at the back there. So Timmy, again, he has an accessory as well. He's got like a dinosaur book, which you sort of slip in his arm. But Timmy's got a pretty good portrait as well. I'm pretty happy with what they've done with Timmy there. Have a look at that. And you've got one more at the back. And I think they've nailed her portrait too. She looks pretty good. I'm giving these portraits 8 out of 10. For 1/10 scale, that's pretty good detail. So I love the look of that. So yeah, I am pleasantly surprised with this piece. I do love it. Glad he's in my collection. I hope you liked that close-up look of the Iron Studios 1/10 Triceratops. Like I said, if you still want it, it is still available on the Iron Studios website. They made 350. If you are a fan, I would grab it. You will not be disappointed. So thanks for watching. Please hit subscribe. If you're not subscribed, hit the notifications bell. I've got a lot more reviews coming to you soon. I've got some nice big busts coming later this year. So you don't want to miss out on those. Thanks for watching.